What is going on, my Houston family? It looks like the change that we have asked for has finally happened. The Houston Texans will be suiting up a new starting quarterback against the Miami Dolphins, and his name is Kyle Allen. The Houston Texans are benching second-year quarterback Davis Mills, and it's kind of a bittersweet moment, right? Bittersweet because you get a change, right? I'm pretty sure the players are excited. These wide receivers and tight ends, might be a little more amped and ready for the Miami Dolphins game because the passing attack has been the worst in the NFL. It has taken a step back from last year. And, the first person you really have to blame is the quarterback if you're not going to put it on the coaches. And that's why Kyle Allen is starting this game against the Dolphins and not Davis Mills. It got so bad to the point where we were saying, are you really getting a good evaluation of your offensive skill weapons with Davis Mills as quarterback? And the question was no. When there is multiple games and you have negative passing yards at the half as an offense, that is horrible. That is laughable. That's not the recipe for success, and it was time for a change. Lovie Smith was pressed in the press conference, right? Said, change for what? I didn't feel like we have to make a change. He switches tunes on Monday saying, hey, we are thinking about it. And lo and behold, we find out today that Kyle Allen is now the starter for the Houston Texans. And it kind of hurts. Well, not hurts, but it sucks because you wanted to go into this offseason seeing Davis Mills progress into a capable starter, right? I said just make the conversation hard for us. Do we need to draft a quarterback with our premium picks or no? And that was all going to be on Davis Mills. Can you imagine if we had to go into this year's draft with the potential number 1 overall pick and number 6 overall pick, Will Anderson and Jalen Carter or trade back and get all these offensive weapons, do whatever, go ham in free agency? I just found out that we have $44 million in the offseason. That was your best case scenario. But the worst case scenario is what happened for the Houston Texans, is that there was a regression in coaching and there was a regression in play, from the guys who you needed to see them flourish, right? You needed to see Davis Mills get going in year 2. You needed to see him develop his chemistry with Brandon Cooks and then develop his chemistry for Nico Collins, right? We were expecting this duo of Mills and Collins to be flourishing for years, and it hasn't done that whatsoever. It's not Collins' fault, right? You could pretty much put the blame on number 10. Why this sucks even more is that this was Nick Caserio's first pick in his era as a GM, right? Deshaun Watson's not happy, and the first thing you do is draft a quarterback. And his name was Davis Mills. And now a year and a half later, he is being benched for Kyle Allen because the regression that he has had since his very promising last couple games as a rookie has been so evident, where you are getting booed as early as the first quarter. Your stadiums are at less than 50% capacity, and there is just no vibe, there is no heart, there is no fire from this Houston Texans team. And you now have to start making changes. If you're not going to put the blame on yourself, them being Lovie Smith and Pep Hamilton, because both those guys both deserve as much blame as Davis Mills. I put it yesterday. Someone needs to get fired, whether it's Lovie or Pep or Davis Mills. I don't think none of these three are back next year in their prominent positions and what they are now. But Davis Mills is now benched. It feels like there is a breath of fresh air. And I don't know what the future is for the Houston Texans. You guys let me know what you think. As always, go Houston. You guys have a very blessed day.